Hello everyone and welcome. I will share with you the McKinsey matrix. I will explain you how the framework works and step by step how to build it and analyze it. Let's get started. So first things first. What is the McKinsey matrix? Could be defined as a strategic tool that offers a systematic approach for the business's portfolio to prioritize its investments among its business units. What is a portfolio? A group of businesses that make up a company. For example, General Electric. Some of their business units are GE Healthcare, GE Electric, and GE Home. The fight for investments takes place in every level of the company, between teams, functional departments, divisions, or business units. The question of where and how much to invest is an ever-going headache for those who allocate their resources. This tool will help you to determine, number one, which SBU should receive more or less investment. Number two, what products or new SBUs should be in the portfolio. And number three, which products or SBUs should be divested. The 9-box matrix plots the BUs on its 9 cells that indicates whether the company should invest in a product, harvest or divest it, or do a further research on the product and invest it if there is still some resources left. The BUs are evaluated on 2 axes: industry attractiveness and competitive strength of a unit. Industry attractiveness. The industry attractiveness indicates how hard or easy it will be for a company to compete in the market and earn profits. The more profitable the industry is, the more attractive it becomes. There is no defined list of factors that should be included to determine industry attractiveness, but the following are the most common: long-run growth rate, industry size, trending money, and market segmentation. Along the x-axis, the matrix measures how strong, in terms of competition, a business unit is against its rivals. In other words, managers try to determine whether a business unit has a sustainable competitive advantage. The following factors determine the competitive strength of a business unit. Number 1, total market share. Number 2, market share growth compared to rivals. Number 3, brand strength. And number 4, profitability of the company. This is how the matrix looks when it's ready to be used. It is important to highlight that once the SBU has been plotted on the matrix, then we can create investment strategies based on where each SBU appears on the matrix. In the below diagram, I want to explain the first option in color blue. This is the invest grow, and typically you would invest in a business that goes into this area. These business units will require a lot of cash because they will be operating in a growing industries and will have to maintain or grow their market share. It is essential to provide as much resources as possible for BUs, so there could be no constraints for them to grow. Second option is selectivity or earnings, and you can see it in orange in this diagram. In this case, the potential of this business is not obvious, indicates that investment on this business should be made after all businesses on grow section are completed. The final option you can see in red is harvest or divest, and that means invest just enough to keep it operating or it is time to divest. Steps to use the tool. Step number 1 and 2. Determine industry attractiveness and competitive strength to each business unit. Number 1. Make a list of factors. Number 2. Assign weights. Number 3. Rate the factors. And number 4. Calculate the total scores. Step number 3. With all the evaluations and score in place, we can plot the business units on the matrix. Each business unit is represented as a circle. Step number 4. Analyze the information. There are different investment implications you should follow. Depending on which boxes your business units have been plotted, there are 3 groups of boxes: investment or growth, selectivity or earnings, and harvest and divest boxes. Step number 5. Identify the future direction of each business unit. The McKinsey matrix only provides the current picture of industry attractiveness and the competitive strength of a business unit, but doesn't consider how they may change in the future. The company should consult with the industry analyst to determine whether the industry attractiveness will grow, stay the same, or decrease in the future. Same with competitive strength. The arrows should point to the future position of a business unit. The last step is to decide where and how to invest the company's money. While the matrix makes it easier by evaluating the business units and identifying the best ones to invest in, it still doesn't answer some very important questions. Where to invest into business units? How much exactly to invest in? It is really worth investing into some business units? So take a look, use the tool, and make it happen.